So, Carol, let's come over here and talk to my boy Franco. Open up this door. Let's meet him face to face over here. To me, Franco sounds like Roman from GTA 4. Cousin, let's make a deal. Hey everybody, welcome back to Falcon Plays This War of Mine, episode number 2, custom scenarios. We're doing the Walking Dead scenario with Daryl Dixon, Carol, and Rick Grimes. Let's get underway over here. Last episode I asked you guys if you want to see more beyond the episode I'm recording here today to let me know, so in the comments let me know, and also by leaving a like and I'll know you want to see more beyond the 4 episodes I'm probably covering here today. So right now we're in day number 2. As you can see, Daryl is hungry and tired. We never got this bed up and running, did we? Rick, come down over here and finish up this bed. Let's see about Carol. She is slept poorly, hungry, and wounded. So she's still going to be wounded, huh? I think we might just actually end up using this bandage that we found on her right now. So let's get you patched up. I don't want you to be wounded because it does, over time, cause issues with her overall appeal. And Daryl, come over here and start working on this bad boy. Now, as soon as we get this bed up and running, we'll have somebody start sleeping. More than likely, we'll have... let's just have Rick start sleeping on the bed here for now. Now, he's familiar with guns. Let's see. Carol is strong-willed, and Daryl Dixon is a skilled wood chopper. I don't remember chopping... Oh, you know what this might mean? If you make an axe, you can't actually break down cabinets for wood, so he'll be good for that one. Gotcha. Alrighty. Over here, we found some more medication, some herbal medication, some more books. So we'll grab everything over here. Great. Let's see. What else do we have to do? Anything else that needs to be broken down? I think we already got through that. We got to that one. We need to make that shovel, don't we? Alrighty. Carol, come down over here and make the shovel really quickly. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to feed people until they're very hungry. There was a little bit of a meta to this game towards the end of my last playthrough of it. So I do know for a fact I used to kind of wait till they were very hungry to feed them. So we might actually hold up here a little bit. Let's go ahead and get this shovel up and running, though we do need that one for some more scavenging beyond this point. Daryl, let's have you run all the way down here. Hopefully by the time you're down here, we'll have the shovel, and you could probably use that to clear up this little pile of debris over here. So let's have you start moving downwards, and we're fine. We'll see about doing some upgrades over here pretty soon. And we'll also keep an eye on and see if somebody comes in and visit us. We were looking for somebody to either join our cause. That's probably a good cook. If I remember correctly, there was a really amazing cook. I forget his name. Was it Boris? No, Boris was the guy who was really slow. There was a chef who was really amazing at cooking. And essentially, everybody has different skills. If you have like a chef, they will actually use less items to make meals, and that's really good. And everybody had like their own little skills and purpose, but you know, it's been a while since I last played it, so I forget names, I forget skills over here. I'm a bit rusty, obviously, but you know, we'll kind of pick it up as we go forward. The one thing about this game is you don't want to make too many mistakes. If you make too many mistakes, it'll eventually catch up to you, and you can kind of put yourself in a situation where it's almost unwinnable. So there is that. We got ourselves another bandage and some more books over here. Great. Alright, so I think now at this point we have now pillaged everything in our own little shelter, so we're fine. Let's see about Carol coming down over here. Hey, let's find out. Yeah, I know you're hungry. I'm sorry, Carol. You're going to have to wait up. For now, nobody eats. We have a little bit of food, but really nothing too great at the moment. Now, we can make another bed, which isn't a bad idea having 2 people sleep. However, you do want to keep somebody on watch out. So, you know, I think 1 bed is enough for 3 people at the moment. Radio, really, really important. This will tell you updates around the city. It'll tell you about weather changes. It'll tell you about certain areas that might be too dangerous to check out. It'll give you a bunch of information, so radio's really important. Unfortunately, we don't really have too many components, so if we commit to the radio now, we might not be able to make anything else at the moment. So before we commit to it, let's find out if there's anything else I want to make. Oh, and by the way, Rick's up and running. Let's have Daryl get some sleep over here. Rick, let's move you at least up here for now. Alright, let's go back to Carol. Let's see about any more stuff in the workshop. We can make a knife. Now, with knife, you could obviously do some stealth kills. I don't necessarily want to kill anybody in this run. I killed some people in my last playthrough, for a fact. But it starts taking a toll on your depression, assuming you don't have a cold killer. If you have a person who doesn't really care about killing, you could kill freely, no big problem. But if you use a regular person and they end up killing somebody, they'll go into depression, and it could be really terrible to maintain. So, you know, it could be useful, though. Definitely can be useful. But for now, we don't even have the weapon parts for it, so nothing over here. So, Carol, let's see about upgrading the workshop. What do we need? We need a bunch of more components, which we don't have, and a bunch more wood. Okay, so nothing over here as well. How about you check this one out here, then? So for this, we need more components than wood, which we don't have, and there's anything else we can make over here. Just a radio. So you know what? Even though we need the components for some upgrades, I think we'll probably make the radio start getting some news as to what's happening. I would have loved to have made the Not the simple heater just yet, but maybe the crude stove. But we're missing, again, one single piece of a component over here, unfortunately. With any luck, we'll get a trader, and we could probably do some trades here right now, but it's not really happening. So you know what? Let's go ahead and get this radio up and running. So make this bad boy, and we'll place the radio. I normally place it over here so they could have something to listen to, some tunes while they get some food over here as well. Or maybe just next to the bed. I think we'll probably be able to fit another bed over here down the line too. Yeah, I guess that's fine. So we'll place it down over here. Carol, let's get you over here. Stop, limping around. I know you were hurt, but now you're, bandaged, so come on, let's just do our thing over here. Now, I could hold off over here until 8 p.m. and hope for a trade, but I don't think it's happening this time around, so we're going to probably just skip forward as soon as this radio's up and running, and we get the news here for tonight. We're going to go back to the shelled cottage and pick up all the other stuff that I left behind, because there's a bunch of components there that we can still definitely use for future upgrades. The reason why I'm not skipping forward is because I want Darrow to be completely healed up before that actually happens. So let's take a look at the radio over here. So right now we have, the rebel leader instructed us to warn the listeners not to cross the front line. Failure to comply could result in death. So that's not the one we're looking for. Right now we're looking for maybe either weather news or something else. So right now, nothing over here. Let's tune the radio down to this side. Anything over here? There we go. Despite desperate counterattacks by the rebels trying to lift the siege of Pagaran, the city remains cut off. Government forces do not allow any aid to reach the city, claiming it would end up in rebel hands. Alright, some more news as to what's happening around this area. Anything about the weather? That's the old one. Alrighty. Some classical music is playing. I do believe if once you're done with the news, you probably put it in classical music, and it probably helps depression a little bit. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Maybe it's a placebo effect. I believe that's the case, but I can't say for a fact that's what it does or not. And weather should be down here. The next few days should be warm and pleasant, if a little bit windy. So, luckily Forrest is telling us right now that, hey, you don't need the heater, but, keep it in mind. Down the line, you probably will. Some classical music is playing, so we'll leave it over here. And that's about it. I don't think we're going to get a trader, unfortunately, and Darrow has to sleep. So, at this point, I think we will cut forward, guys. There's really not much else for me to do. I could have some food, but I'd rather hope for a cook, or maybe even the stove before we start cooking. We could eat it straight up raw, but it's not going to be as filling, and we might as well just wait till they're very hungry before we even do that one, if we're going to just eat raw food. So, I don't think much is happening, huh? Alright guys, we're going to cut forward into night number 2. Alrighty guys, so we're ahead now into night number 2. As you can see, our map has been expanded here a little bit. So, Shelled Cottage was the one that we visited last time around. We have a lot of stuff over here to pick up, so that's going to be our goal for a fact. You don't necessarily want to jump forward too far ahead just yet, when you have a bunch of stuff left over in an older area as well. As much as I want to show off new areas, I do want to, do this properly. And if you're going to win this game, you definitely have to revisit areas and pick up the items you left behind. Right now, we could go check out, however, the looted gas station. Let's read a little bit about this. This was one of the very first places people looted while fleeing from the city. There's going to be lots of food over here, huge amounts of materials, some medication, lots of weapons, and lots of parts. Down over here at the garage, we have lots of food, huge amount of materials, some meds, lots of parts, possible trading, caution advised. So this could tell you that, there's possibly some armed dudes that might not be too courteous to your presence there, but at the same time, as long as you probably don't pester them too much, you can do some trading as well. The decrepit squad. Huge amount of materials, some weapons, and lots of parts, and then the semi-detached house, danger. Now this over here means no trading at all. You definitely are going to be running into some issues over here, so obviously right now we don't want to do anything around that place. So let's go back to the Shelled Cottage and pick up the stuff that we left over. On the upside, I don't have to take the crowbar anymore, so... Oh, wait. No, not Carol. Carol, you have to sleep in bed here today. Rick, you stay on guard, and Darrow already slept, so he's going to be our scavenging dude again. Now, for this particular scenario, since we already cracked everything open in this house, we don't need the crowbar anymore. There was one area left over that required the shovel, but since we're going in there with everything already looted, I think we might have enough time to use our hands, so instead of, taking the shovel and removing one extra space of looting, I'll leave that behind. We'll open up that spot with our hands and then just take up whatever we can. It's only one extra spot, I'm aware, but, you gotta be really stingy with your space over here available. So let's go forward. Again, I'm hoping there's going to be nobody over here this night around. It could definitely be filled up with people now, but with any luck, it won't be. Let's see about moving our camera over here. Let's take a little quick peek before we just rush in there. Nothing over here. Now, if we see any of these little pink markers, those could be footsteps or it could be rats. So right now I'm seeing none. Something right there, that's probably a rat. Now, mind you, the people or the human footsteps can seem a bit similar to the rats, and that's the way the game is trying to trick you into, like, you know, being, or making sure that you're walking into a scenario you're not going to be killing yourself with. So I guess we'll probably clear this area out with our hands, we'll see what's over here, and then we'll just kind of go back and head back home over here. Now, this over here is going to be like the first area. Some of these maps, the scavenging maps, could be huge. Like, sometimes they're like, you know, 1 or 2 buildings together with a little bit of a pathway in between. Those are going to be the really dangerous ones, which are kind of late game. But man, oh man, some of those could be terrifying, especially when you have like 5 or 6 dudes with arms and guns chasing you down, and you're over here hiding and trying to get some stealth kills or just evade people completely, even have a killer. It's really, really like stressful down the line. That much I do remember about the game. As much as it's fun to play it, down the line it's just really, really dangerous. And there's no retries. If somebody dies, they die. And what's really terrible about people dying, if I remember here correctly, is that people do get depressed. So, you know, having somebody die could essentially mess up your entire party because they'll go into like a depression and it takes a while before they heal back up. So, you know, it's a game that's easily losable at any single point. There's no save points, there's no save states. I think the game just saves automatically after every single day. So there's no redos in that sense. If you die, well, let me tell you, it's basically game over for that guy. Now, if somebody does die, you have a chance of recruiting more people over time, but, you know, that is completely RNG based, whether some people come over and be like, hey, I want to join, or, you know, trades and other events to that nature. So luckily we got this popped open. We have more than enough time to find out what's in here and then go back and probably make this a really short night. So we'll pick everything up over here. I guess I'm going to grab all. That's fine. And run back. That's going to be another exit right there too, by the way. So assuming you're kind of like cornered in this little area with a bunch of people, you could exit out the other side of the map as well. Not all of them. Some of them don't let you do that, but this one apparently does. Let's completely loot out this little spot over here. Not enough for the wood, huh? So we have one more piece of wood over here left over. Alright, and now let's do our little bartering quasi-system in my head over here. What's more important to me? Let's dump everything off over here first. I want to have some trade bait and a bunch of components, and wood is what we need right now going forward. So in terms of trade bait, however, we have roll-up cigarettes, we have quality roll-ups, so this is a bit more better than this bad boy, and maybe even the regular cigarette if I'm right. So I'm going to pick this up for trade bait. I'm hoping for a trader to come along. If I remember correctly, his name was Franco, right? Franco used to be the trader, so hopefully he comes around this time around. Fertilizer, I don't think we need just yet. Food is always really, really high value item, so I'll pick this up too. And I think everything else, we just take more components and wood for this one. Oh, you know what? This is actually really high value too, the moonshine. Alrighty, so next up is just going to be components. So components, components, components. Maybe up to that, and then the last bit, just more wood. I might dump off one of the components for wood. Because right now we have like, what? 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Yeah, let me go ahead and just take 20 components back, and we'll take 8 wood. I think that's fine. Alrighty, and now let's go ahead and run to the exit over here. I'm not leaving anything of value behind, am I? I hope not. Daryl Dixon's back. Now we have a possible event, too, after every single night. I'm really hoping that we don't get attacked anytime soon. Early on, it doesn't normally happen, but, you know, it's all RNG based in that regard. So if I'm lucky, nothing bad went down. We had a guard. We had somebody sleeping, so there is that. Please, nothing bad. Nothing bad. Nothing bad. Okay, thank God. So we're done over here. She is still asleep, huh? Slightly. Oh, she's just recovering. So she's not tired, but she's still slightly wounded. So not only can you bandage him up, if you don't have any bandages, you could have him just sleep and have that, you know, completely heal up. But right now, I think she should be fine. So let's get Carol out of bed here. Let's give Darrow his next rest now because he's the one who went out. Now with Darrow, he's hungry and tired. That's all that's happening right now. We'll probably start feeding people when they're very hungry. So for now, I think it's about time we start doing some more upgrades around the base here. So Rick, let's come down to... I guess we'll come down to the metal workshop for now. I believe with the second upgrade to the metal workshop, you can make the axe, and the axe is really valuable because you can break down pre-existing cabinets and other tables and furniture for extra wood. So it's a really good way to actually acquire more of those items. Right now, we already have a shovel, we have a crowbar, so I think we're done. I don't think we need any lockpicks right now. Plus, I think we have one still in storage, don't we? Now, if I wanted to upgrade this to the next level, we still need a ton more components and one more piece of wood, so no upgrading to this one for now. And what about here? Alrighty. Well, I think we might just have to skip. Like, not build anything. We could do the stove now. The thing is that we need so many components for upgrades right now too. And if I make the stove, we're down 10 components right now as well. Moonshine still? Let's see, with this one I believe you use water and sugar to make alcohol. But again, if you have a person who excels at cooking, they do excel at making alcohol with less items as well. Obviously, if I don't get that person to join me anytime soon, I'm gonna have to use the people that have you around, so there is that as well. Well, we already have a metal workshop. We could do the rainwater collector as well. A simple contraption to collect and filter rainwater needed for cooking and making alcohol. Alrighty, I'm thinking we're gonna make the crude stove and get that out of the way. As much as I kind of want to conserve my components, I think, you know, at some point or another we're gonna have to feed my people, even if we have a chef or not. So we'll make the crude stove, and we'll place that over here in the kitchen. Obviously makes sense to me. Right about there. Alrighty. Now, with any luck, hopefully Franco decides to come around. I have a bunch of items that we can trade away, but, you know, at this point it's a matter of some RNG kind of smiling upon us over here. Oh! No, you keep working. You keep working. Someone's at the door. That is Franco! Alright, normally you'll get Franco in the second day. There's been occasions where I have not got him in the second day, but this time around we did. So I was kind of looking forward to that one at least. Actually, we're in the third day. I've had this guy show up on day number 2. He's a bit late right now then. So Carol, let's come over here and talk to my boy Franco. Open up this door. Let's meet him face to face over here. For some reason to me he sounds like Roman? Roman. Yeah, to me Franco sounds like Roman from GTA 4. Cousin, let's make a deal. Alrighty, so let's find out about Franco. He's got some bandages, got some straight up canned food. With this one you don't need to cook it, obviously you can just have it straight up and it'll fill you up. We have coffee beans to make some coffee, some herbal medication, some quality roll-ups as well, raw food, veggies. With the veggies, if you mix them up with the raw food, I do believe you can make like 2 meals as opposed to just one. So it's probably in your best intent to definitely mix up vegetables and raw food when you're making food, and you get more bang for your buck. It does require 2 different items, but again, more bang for your buck is definitely worth it. Right now, what we want to do, honestly, is just completely pillage Franco of components, I'm going to say. So we want everything he has over here for a fact, and maybe even some wood. So this is the reason why I've been picking up all these trade bait in a sense, right? So let's go ahead and toss the quality roll-up over here, and let's also toss the cigarettes. Luckily, none of my people seem to be smokers right now, so I don't really need cigarettes going forward right now anyway. You could have a deal with that one too. You know what? I'm going to give you the book, and I'll give you all of that for all of this. I think that works out pretty good for us, so let's make this deal happen. And we're not done just yet. I want to grab a few more items here if we can too. This is a relatively good deal, and we have basically pillaged them of a lot of wood, some parts, and no components. We already picked up like 30 beforehand, right? I think this is actually pretty good. So I think now we're done. I think I could keep them around here a bit longer if I wanted to. Rick, let's have you come down over here and see about upgrading our workshop here if we can. Let's see, Franco, just hang out there, buddy. So, yeah, we're fine over here. Let's do the upgrade. So we're going to require all of our components, so we'll have no components left over after this one. So is that something we want to do now, or do we want to do something over here? Let's see. I don't think any of these are too required just yet, especially without the cook. So no. What if I wanted to upgrade this workshop, though? 14 components. I forget what comes with the second level of the workshop. I really do forget what comes with that, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this for the wood, or the axe. I hope we get the axe next time around, which we might need some weapon parts for too, which is the other problem, but at least we'll have it already, which is relatively fine, right? So we'll make the improved metal workshop over here. Franco, just hang out there, dog. Don't rush me, okay? Rick's at work right now. We might have another trader for you. Just relax for a second, dog. I also need to check out the radio before the end of the day. Luckily, we have till 8 o'clock. When you're doing some trading, the time does stop. So there is that at least option. Carol, can you, just step inside? We don't know Franco too well, okay? Sure, he's doing some trades over here with us, but we're not sure what he's up to. Alrighty, here we go. We have the saw blade and the hatchet. That's what we're looking forward to. We need 5 weapon parts. We have the wood already, but we just need 5 weapon parts, huh? And we can make some equipment over here, some guns. We can make some defensive items as well. The saw blade. Oh, right. So eventually you'll run into areas that are kind of barred off with bars, and then you need the saw blade for that one. Okay. I don't think that happens too early on too often, but down the line you probably will need it. Hatchet is what I really want, though. We need 5 weapon parts. Okay. Do you have any weapon parts, Franco, out of curiosity? You do not. It doesn't seem, right? No weapon parts that I'm seeing. This is actually pretty good. I think herbal medication for all this, for the rest of the items that he has, is pretty good. I mean, I could hold off and just wait for weapon parts next time around, too. Let's make this deal happen. Alrighty, Franco, we're done. Thank you, my friend. So, I should have probably held up for the weapon parts next time around, assuming he brought some, but... Get out of here! Don't come in here, Franco! This guy. We're not that close, my friend. Alrighty, so... I'm gonna wait till they're very hungry before we give them some canned food. I think we're basically done. At this point, all we really want to do is just get some rest for everybody else. So at this point, I believe, since we don't have any more upgrades available to us, I'm gonna take a look at my workshop a bit more closely off camera. Here, we'll skip forward to night number 3, I think. So I will see you soon. Alrighty guys, and we're at night 3 over here, so we're ready to go. I'm gonna go back to the shell cottage one last time and grab the leftover items, and basically we wrap it up then, because obviously we still have a lot of components in there left over, and as we saw, components are really important going forward. I do also want to acquire some weapon parts because we need it for the hatchet, so that's another thing I'm looking forward to. After we clear out the shell cottage, I think we'll probably go over to the ruined block of flats, or maybe even the decrepit squad. I'm not sure just yet, but we'll basically cross that bridge once we get there. For now, we'll have Caro just sleep in bed, we'll have Rick stay on guard, and then Daryl's going to be obviously our scavenger one more time. We don't need any items. Obviously, we have been there twice already. There's a possibility there could be some people here this time around. Even if there is, I don't really care because all of our items are out here anyway. So let's come over here really quickly with Daryl, and we'll just wrap this up really shortly, and then go into day number 4. Wow, there's a bunch of stuff. Oh my god. I forgot how much stuff there was in here still. Okay. I want this for trade bait, obviously. Let's pick up some of that, and maybe some roll-up cigarettes, too. This is homegrown tobacco, huh? Leave that behind, and the rest, I think we can do components. And we need a bunch of wood. I think I want to maybe get a second bed up and running, but more importantly, I also want to start patching up the hole in our base. Oh, weapon parts, right. 3 of those, so wow. Wowee. Anything I'm going to leave behind? Maybe more components for wood? Yeah, I think that's fine. This will be what? 16 components and 4, 8, 10 pieces of wood, 3 weapon parts, and then this will be for trade bait, obviously. Although, don't bullets have more trade bait value than roll-up cigarettes? I probably would imagine so. So let's pick up the bullets instead. And I think I just left something behind by mistake. Components. There you go. Is this good? What do you guys think? Leave something for something else? Herbal medication? That's really good trade value. 3 bullets have to have some trade value, right? It's a war out there. Bullets are really important for wars, right? I think that's pretty good. I feel like grabbing something, leaving wood or components behind for something else. But no, I'll go with this one. Let's go ahead and exit on out of here then. This will probably be, like, I feel like we should probably come back here one more time. Maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't, I'm not really sure yet. But for now, we're going to wrap it up here for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up, leave a like to support us, mean a lot. Episode 3 will come underway. We'll record 1 more after Episode 3. So I'm recording 4 episodes here today. If you guys want to see more beyond 4 episodes, let me know by leaving a like and a thumbs up and a comment, and we will go forward. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up. I will catch you next time.